our very respectable Congressman Erice to point to us where is the paragraph here that is not reflective of what we discussed and what is quite lacking, like what Congressman Tino has done. So maybe no, we cannot have here a peroration of what is his stand on the substance of the complaint.
Masyado po nagmamadali si...
No, I'm not.
Darating
Sa point
po ako,
order
darating
because,
po sa punto na yan.
we have to go directly. We
Yes.
cannot have so much statements. When we are
2 minutes.
discussing
I have 2 minutes.
the
I
four
have 2
corners of the resolution of the committee report.
I have 2 minutes.
Now we had the point of order should be ruled by the chairperson. We ask for the ruling of the point of order of this representation, that we should directly go into the committee report and point to us what are not reflective of what was discussed here and what are lacking to what the congressman is proposing. Thank
Madam
you.
Chair,
Since the point of order is in the hierarchy of the most paramount motion, and the objection and explanation of the honorable colleagues pertains on the committee report, the Honorable Erice is so directed to pinpoint the portions of the committee report he is objecting to and cite his justification supporting his objection.
The Masa complaint has a direct allegation that that there is a 8 billion kickback for the president. And this is a direct allegation. Ito po ay hindi binigyan ng pagkakataon. Kung ito po ay hindi bibigyan ng substance ng committee na ito.
The Honorable Erice is reminded that the comment should be confined to the committee report rather
Yes,
than
Madam Chair.
the committee report.
Madam Chair,
Madam
if-
Chair, a comment on the point of order.
Unless you're raising a point of order, we shall wait until the Honorable Erice finishes his manifestation. Is that a point of order?
No, a comment on the point of order raised by Rep. Rufus
The point of
Rodriguez.
order has been resolved. The Honorable Erice
Point of
is
information.
recognized to finish his manifestation. Let's wait until Honorable Erice is done.
Madam Chair, my objection to the report is on the issue of the Bernardo allegations that the president accepted or there were 8 billion pesos for the president. It's a direct allegation. And this should be, and I think it should be discussed in the committee report. Why is it that the committee did not consider it as sufficiently enough to pursue investigation? Thank you.
Honorable Rodriguez?
That point precisely, we have already pointed out that paragraph 13 of the findings on page 9 of 17, you have to cite, if you have a question on this, you have to cite the page and cite the paragraph. And we can clearly see here that paragraph 13, while the statements of Joseph Bernardo might corroborate the statements of former Saldico, there is nothing in the statements of Yusek Bernardo which directly links the president. In fact, the next one, because there were three allegations. The first one is Saldico's statement. In fact, I would like to include in this particular finding that we have pointed out that the Saldico video statement, nothing can spring from that because it is not notarized, it's not in the territory of the Philippines. And it's not here. And probably I will also ask that. But here on his point, Madam Chair, the Cabral files cannot also be a basis so clearly that we discussed in this report that two allegedly that will direct in their own complaint, direct involvement of the president in insertions and kickbacks. Now, this is already the finding, Madam Chair. So therefore, the statement of due respect to Congressman Erice, it reflects already the reasons why the Bernardo State's testimony cannot be considered to form substance to these cases. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Thank you. The Honorable Diaz-Guerin?
Madam Chair, there was a motion duly seconded. However, there was an objection of the Representative Tino. I move that we divide the House.
Madam Chair,
Second, Madam Chair.
I also objected and I'd like to register my objection on the floor.
Okay, in the interest of equality and fairness, we will hear the explanation of the Honorable Co, and thereafter we will proceed to vote on the motion to approve the committee report with accompanying resolution. The Honorable Co is given a period of 2 minutes for her explanation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Maybe perhaps before I jump off to my explanation, just a point of information in regards to the discussion started by Representative Erice. I heard from his manifestation that he is raising red flags as to how the committee followed procedure. I'd like to point or cite paragraph 3 in relation to how the procedure was followed. But regarding the point that I'd like to raise, at yun po yung rason kung bakit tayo nag-object, paragraph 11 in the discussion of the Liza Maza et al. Complaint states that the complaint fails to allege facts that would constitute abuse with respect to unprogrammed appropriations, the amounts of the same, etc. Madam Chair, we'd like to put on the record that in the complaint and in the discussion herein, we cited specifically the amounts and the acts that would constitute the abuse with respect to unprogrammed appropriations. In particular po, yung acts that would constitute abuse, andyan po yung pagpasa ng NEP, yung pagpirma ng GAA, and after the whole budget process, the releases of the unprogrammed appropriations that is approved through special budget requests. Those 3 acts are specific po at ang naggumawa po nun ay ang ating presidente. At ikalawa, the amounts of the same that is also alleged in the complaint and diniscuss po natin on the floor. I could say po that the amounts released would amount to 214 billion pesos. And 111 billion pesos of which went to flood control projects. That's why, Madam Chair, yung aming allegation ay kulang po yung committee report. Gusto po namin maipasok po sa record yung mga discussions that were to our view ay hindi na-reflect dito sa committee report, Madam Chair.
The
And lastly,
manifestation and or
Madam Chair.
objection of the Honorable Co is duly noted. With
Madam
all
Chair, I
due
have-
respect, all these arguments and justifications have been fully ventilated upon and deliberated upon during our discussion on the sufficiency in substance. I am inclined to believe, the chair is inclined to believe that you have a pending objection and that is your justification. Now the committee will proceed to vote to decide on the motion.
Madam Chair, and a last point po, I'd like to cite a different paragraph naman.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, for the record as well. On page 5, the last paragraph, we'd like to manifest that there was a voting as to the sufficiency in substance. It only records there the final tally of the third count. Dahil 3 beses po pinataas ng kamay yung ating committee members, we'd like to manifest that hindi po naka-reflect sa report yung instance na nangyari pong gano'n. Madam Chair.
Thank you. Our parliamentary status is there is a pending motion for the approval of the committee report with accompanying resolution. The same has been seconded. The same was objected as well by the Honorable Co. We shall now proceed to divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, can we
know
repeat the motion, please?
Yes.
For the guidance of all the members of the committee, the motion is to approve the committee report with its accompanying resolution.
Madam Chair, very important point of clarification because this is already voting. Just a point of clarification.
The Honorable De Lima, you may
Okay.
put down your hands.
Thank you, Madam Chair, dear colleagues. The resolution covers both the De Jesus and the Maza et al. Complaint. And the resolution or the finding and the recommendation is they are declared to be both insufficient in substance.
That's correct,
Okay.
Honorable De Lima.
Okay? In which case, for example, I agree with the declaration of the insufficiency in substance of the De Jesus complaint, but I do not agree with respect to the finding of insufficiency in substance of the second or Masa complaint. So I guess my vote here would be a partial dissent. Is that correct? I just would like to know kung ano po ang tamang boto ng isang miyembro na hati yung pananaw So the Jesus complaint, yes, it is insufficient in substance. The Massa et al. Complaint, no, it's not insufficient. It is sufficient in substance. So my vote would be partial. So paano po ang patakaran dito? Paano ko po iboboto o ihahayag yung aking boto? Thank you very much.
Suspension of meeting. Meeting is resumed. In response to the query of the Honorable Dilemma, by practice in the committee, it's either we vote a yes or a no. Nevertheless, the members of the Justice Committee are given opportunity to manifest their record of vote in order to explain the partial voting of the member in case there is one. Of course, we've seen during our voting on the sufficiency in substance, the partial or indifferent position of some members with respect to De Jesus on one hand and Massa et al. On the other hand. So, to reiterate, per practice in the Justice Committee, it's either we vote a yes or a no, and then we give opportunity to the individual member to explain their record of vote in case of partial voting. That is with respect to agreeing to the first complaint and disagreeing to the second complaint. The Honorable Dilemma.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just comment for the record. It would have been less problematic or less complicated if there have been two separate findings, two separate documents concerning the first complaint, the Jesus complaint, and the second, just a manifestation for the record.
Madam Chair.
Thank you.
The manifestation is noted. The Honorable Po.
Madam Chair, wouldn't it be possible for her to vote yes or no and then note her reservation in her vote in the actual document itself?
The chair is more inclined to follow the precedents observed by the Justice Committee in the past impeachment processes.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable
aside
Rodriguez.
from their manifestation of their voting yes for one, no for the other, is that we would follow the procedure in the Supreme Court of the Republic of the Philippines. When they sign the report of their members, then they put there, I vote yes. for the substance on. So there's an annotation right here because in the decision itself, you can put there, you sign, and then I vote yes for the substance for masa and then no for the other. So they can also put here, just like justices of the Supreme Court, we are acting as a committee on justice. So therefore, they can also sign here. And of course, our former Secretary of Justice would know this, that she would be able to put right in the committee report when she signs that she is in favor of the non-substance of the Andre De Jesus. He will say that he votes for substance in the Lisa Masa complaint. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The chair has explained already how to address the position of members who have different positions with respect to one, the De Jesus complaint, and the other, the Masa et al. Complaint. We shall now proceed to vote. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hands. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hand. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. Before we announce the vote, we shall hear the position, the member who has different position on the motion. The Honorable De Lima is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My vote is I concur and I dissent. I concur with respect to the finding of insufficiency in substance of the De Jesus complaint, and I dissent as to the finding of insufficiency in substance of the Maza et al. Complaint. I have laid down my position during the deliberations. I was pointing out the fact that insofar as the Maza et al. Complaint, I believe that the allegations are sufficient enough, and that is all that we were supposed to do, just to determine the sufficiency in substance of a complaint at this stage. There are enough strong factual allegations, although combined with conclusions, but I still believe there are enough factual allegations as to pass the test of that stage, of this stage. So for me, the majority has prematurely dismissed the Maza et al. Complaint at this stage of the proceedings, which is supposedly just the determination in substance of the complaint. So dissent and concur. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The manifestation of the Honorable De Lima is duly noted. Now we shall announce the vote. With 39 votes in favor of the motion, 4 votes against the motion, with 0 abstention. Noting as well the manifestation of the Honorable De Lima, the Chair announces the approval of the motion adopting the committee report as well as its accompanying resolution. So ruled. Are there any other matters the members wish to raise?
Madam Chair, may I explain my vote?
The Honorable Erice is recognized.
Well, I voted no because I think there's a misapplication of Section 5, Rule 3. The committee required proof, authentication, and personal culpability. Section 5 requires only a recital of facts. Premature adjudication of merits. Evidence was weighed, credibility was assessed, factual disputes were resolved, all before the hearings. A collapse of constitutional stages. Sufficiency screening, para pong trial na, the committee effectively conducted a mini trial. Denial of due process, serious allegations were dismissed without hearing, minority participation was nullified by an improper standard. This is textbook grave abuse of discretion, and I think there's a sufficient grounds to raise it under Rule 65 before the Supreme Court. Thank you.
The manifestation is noted. If there are no other matters the members wish to raise, then the chair is ready to hear the necessary motion.
To adjourn, Madam Chair.
Before ruling on the motion to adjourn, all the members are directed to stay. Those who voted in favor of the committee report and the accompanying resolution are requested to affix their respective signatures. Please stay until you are done with your participation in the committee report and the resolution. There is a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Is there any objection? The meeting is hereby adjourned.